Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one, and this is a 3x3 card box, and I've got, a handful of little 3x3 cards to go in it. Now, when I first saw, I was surfing Pinterest quite a while ago, and I came across a box, and it was a photograph, and it was a box that was just like this with 3x3 cards in it. And I followed the link and went to the blog post, and it was an Australian demo called Sabrina. And she had set a challenge to use up lots of DSP panels and, scraps and what have you. And so she was showing how to make the 3x3 cards. And then she put a box with it. And at the time I looked at it, she didn't have a tutorial for the box. So I thought, well, I love the idea. I love the close of the box. I love that the cards sit in it. I'll work it out myself and I'll do one. I went back recently to, obviously ahead of, having designed this and put it together, and I wanted to make sure I credited her in this video. I've seen that she's since done a photo tutorial, so there is one that she's done, but like I say, she hadn't done it at the time I found it, or other that I could see. So anyway, I will make sure that there are links to her project, because she's done a whole array of these beautiful little 3x3 cards, using up, obviously scraps of DSP, and then this fabulous box, lots of different boxes to go with it. So I will case and credit her with it. And so I don't actually know if my measurements are the same as hers. Like I say, I've seen that she has since done a photo tutorial, but I thought it was adorable. So the finished dimensions of it are 3.5 by 3.5 by 1 3/4. So good size box, and you could fit more than just a handful of little 3x3 cards in, but obviously versatile for other stuff as well. So Sabrina, thank you ever so much for your idea and for taking the time out to then go and make a tutorial. Okay, my piece of cardstock, and I'm working with the same birthday bouquet paper. This beautiful Blushing Bride is 11 by 7.5 inches, which is 28 by 19 centimetres. Don't worry about writing down the instructions. I will make sure everything is on my blog. Okay, so long side at the top, we're going to score it at 3.5, 5.25, 8 3/4, and 10.5 inches. And in metric, that's 9, 13.5, 22.5, and 27 centimetres. Turn it round and score it on the short side at 1 3/4, 5.25, and 7 inches, and again in metric that is 4.5, 13.5, and 18 centimetres. And I forgot to say actually that in metric the finish of this is 9 by 9 by 4.5 centimetres. Okay, let's move that out of the way. So we fold and burnish all these score lines. Anybody else totally addicted to Pinterest like me? I love it. Absolutely love Pinterest. I love it for all sorts of stuff. I surf on it for things for home, things to do with the children, things to cook. I have lots of boards of stuff that I'm going to do in my house that I probably never will, and lots of meals that I'm going to cook but again probably never will. Okay, so this is my box this way round, because it does have a sealed bottom, but obviously it does have an open lid. Okay, so the first thing to do is cut up the score lines. We need the little bit, that is going to be the top, so that needs to sit at the top. We need to cut up these 3 score lines. So cut straight over those. I've just knocked my computer mouse and it's turned on my phone, my monitor, and it's making all sorts of Facebook noises at me. Okay, so that's the bottom of the box cut. The lid is essentially, we're going to have to keep 3 of these parts but lose one of them. So to make life easier, we're going to take away that one. So cut bravely straight across there. And there. I'm going to cut straight down and take a hair of a whisper off this little square part. Don't need that one either, so we'll hack that off. Oops, maybe a bit straighter. And again, straight down here. And just take out a little bit, and then we're going to get rid of the whole of that. And I'm going to hover it in a second so you can see what I've done. Okay, so those are the bits that I've removed. The little section at the bottom, one of the hole tabs and the two little bits up there. So that's what I've done. So hopefully you can see all of that. And when it closes round, I managed to put the back at the front, but it doesn't matter because I'm like that. Oh, we'll have it closing at the back. It's meant to go that way round. Oh dear, it doesn't matter. We'll just have the box opening backwards. Put your panel of DSP on here. You see, we work with operator error. Okay, so my glimmer paper that I've got here, so I'm going very slightly differently to this one. Apart from the fact that I've now got mine backwards. This had the Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper. I'm going with the beautiful Blushing Bride, and this measures 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inches, or 8.5 centimetres. And I've gone with the same patterned paper, exactly the same pattern as before. This is 3 by 3 inches, so 8 by 8 centimetres. And it's gorgeous, isn't it lush? Okay. So I wanted to kind of see what it would look like with the same paper but different cardstock and different glimmer paper. So I'm going to put that onto there and press it down quite firmly, and then that one into the centre panel there. Noisy fennel. Okay, fast fuse along this side. Oh, actually, you know what? I need to round these corners first before I do anything else, before I forget. So just round the corners of the bit. This is going to be the part that tucks inside. And I want to cut a little hole, because when it all folds round, I want to cut a little handy thumb helper there, which is what I've got there. Oh well, it's on the back, we don't mind. So I'm grabbing my 1-inch punch. This is the one that I love the most for this. And maybe 1/3 of a circle's depth, just a little bit, so that when it closes round, you're not going to buckle the cardstock. Okay, adhesive down here. And close it up. And then that is now the back of the box, despite, you know, how it shows. So fold in the sides, fold in the back, and then this panel here is the one that you glue down last. I mean, obviously, if you're going to put something in heavier than cards, maybe put adhesive, extra adhesive in. But this will now close up beautifully like that. And we'll do a tiny little bit of stamping. So, birthday blooms, part of the same suite. I didn't necessarily want to do birthday cards, so I'm going for, should I go for For You? No, I'm going to stay with Dear Friend, which is this one here. Let's grab a block and grab a scrap of Whisper White, that one will do, and some Blushing Bride ink. Okay, so 1-inch circle punch here. Oh, where is it? There it is. Okay, I thought I'd forgotten to get my glimmer paper out. Yeah, large oval punch. What did I say? Oh, my brain is mush today. A scallop oval punch. I don't know where it's gone. Wherever my head and brain is, somebody return them, please. Okay, so dimensionals on the back of there and over the top of this one. I'll have a couple on the back of this. And as you can see from my original, I have got the little enamel dots that are part of the It's My Birthday suite, and that's because it was mint macaroon. But obviously I'm going with Blushing Bride, so I've got out my embellishment kit, the Love Blossoms embellishment kit. Now it's got all sorts of bits and pieces in there, including some glitter in a sort of enamel-y type dots, and I have got 2 left. A whole 2 of them, so I'm going to use them up and then order another pack just so I can get these. So one on there, one on there. And I went with the Pool Party glitter ribbon. I think I've probably got enough coloured glitter on here, so I'm just pulling out my Blushing Bride cotton ribbon. this time to tie up my bow. And we've established that I can tie bows when they're not attached to anything, but I can't when it's wrapped around something, or not very well anyway. So and then just on there with a mini glue dot on the back. And that'll sit up there. And that's quite sweet actually, a pink version of it. I kind of like it. I don't know which one I would choose. Oh, the light's gone. Oh. Or rather the sun has come out. So yeah, I'm not sure which I prefer. And actually I don't know which way round I prefer. It doesn't matter actually. I think they're both as good as the next. So anyway, so like I say, as I said at the beginning, I saw a photograph on Pinterest from a lovely demonstrator called Sabrina. And she has since done a photo tutorial, but I will make sure there's a link to her. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you soon.